Strange lights in the sky. Voices in the woods. Footsteps in the attic. When you go looking for what you can't see, you never know what you might find. Tonight on Barely Normal, caught on camera. A private investigator in Eugene captures poltergeist activity while going undercover on a case. A photography student in Topeka looks back at her midterm project and questions everything she knows about biology. And a woman in Pewee Valley stumbles across an extraterrestrial mating ceremony while walking home drunk from the bar. All coming up tonight on Barely Normal, caught on camera. It was a wild and stormy night in Eugene, Oregon, but for one private investigator working the beat, the thunder and lightning were the least of his worries.
Hello there, my name is Fenton, and these are my videos. I was in phase 1 of a remote stakeout. This guy got a tip from his neighbor that he heard sex noises coming from his place late at night when he was at work. He called me in to help him find out what was going on. I entered the client's home disguised as a plumber so I could easily install my spy cameras. Get in there. Come on. When I was setting them up, things kept falling off of the shelves and counters. At first, I thought it was me, just being clumsy, like I usually am. But then, things started flying across the room. Hey! That's when I knew something wasn't right. When I saw what the security cameras captured, I was like, holy moly.
Whenever there are bad vibes in a home, like from distrust and stuff, that can project its own energy outward and become an entity in itself. It's very common.
Maybe it was the ghost of her loneliness while her husband was away at work each night. And it was just trying to grab anything it could to satisfy its needs.
I would be terrified. Seeing this video makes me grateful that there's never been any movement in my bedroom.
Most poltergeist activity is actually caused by someone in the home, whether they know it or not.
Maybe the poltergeist just wants in on some of the action.
My Aunt Frida had a poltergeist too, in her home. She said it always used to hit Uncle Bob on the head when he was sleeping.
I can really relate to this clip. I used to be married to a guy who would throw things around too. Believe me, it's no fun.
That guy is very fortunate because the poltergeist could have followed him home and thrown things at him there.
Poltergeists can be very dangerous. My Uncle Bob eventually passed away from the concussions. Poor Aunt Frida.
Maybe the poltergeist was excited by the sex noises that the neighbor was talking about.
When nighttime came, the activity continued. Did you catch that?
There's obviously no thin thread attached to the object. If there was, the low-quality camera would have picked it up.
It's a good thing that this guy called in a detective.
Ow.
Or else he wouldn't know what's going on in his home late at night.
Turns out she was just using her personal massager when she was lonely. Great footage, though. Very fun to review.
Although it wasn't what he expected, Fenton's client found out that while he's at work, his wife is in fact experiencing quite a bit of activity. Coming up next, even more barely normal footage. You're not gonna believe, even once you see it for yourself.
No matter how many times I reshot those pictures, these bright glares and flares kept showing up on the negative.
It was an unexpectedly warm April in Topeka, Kansas, and all the spring flowers were coming up early. But one community college photography major was about to find out that there's more to this life than meets the lens.
Hi, my name is Jolie, and these are my photographs. Our midterm assignment was to take pictures of plants at night. Now, I can't imagine a more boring thing to have to take pictures of. But that was our assignment, so that's what I did. Once I got out there and tried it, I found out it's not as easy as it sounds. Apparently, cameras need light to make them work. Who knew? So I turned the exposure up real high, just like they taught me. But every time, same thing. They don't let you use your phone to take pictures in photography class. They call it cheating. That would have been much easier.
This is fantastic footage. These are clearly sprites. When you see sprites in your garden, you know you are not alone.
Whenever you see pictures or videos of sprites, it's always at night. I guess they don't like sunlight. Maybe they're the residual energy of vampires.
If there was a full moon that night, there's no way to know. This could be how werewolves manifest.
I've seen anomalies like this before, just not this many at once.
When it comes to plants, I've heard of invasive species before. But this could be an invasion species from another solar system.
I myself have never seen a sprite in real life. This may be because I rarely stay up past 9 o'clock.
Maybe those plants were genetically modified by the government before they were sold to the corporate empire.
Whenever you genetically modify an organism, anything can happen. Maybe it was collecting data all day and sending it off to be processed at night, like a website.
When I see these lights coming directly out of the plants, it makes me think of those lava lamps they have at Spencer's. I don't know why.
Maybe these sprites aren't actually spirits at all, but instead energy bursts. It could be possible that plants are capable of more than we understand.
It's very plausible that because plants take in light all day, that they have a way to omit it at night. Maybe it just got too much sun that day, and it's cooling off.
Not in my entire life have I ever seen anything that looks remotely like this. Kinda scary. Ugh.
Anyone who knows me knows that I like to look at things from a different angle. Sometimes you have to propose an alternate reality to the alternate reality that's already been proposed.
When I turned them in, I thought I was gonna fail the class. But the professor, he said they were amazing. He gave me an A.
Luckily for Jolie, her college professor was more than happy to see what grows in her garden late at night.
He takes me to nice places.
Coming up next on Barely Normal, caught on camera.
When I saw what it was and what they were doing, I said, at least someone got lucky tonight.
It was a brisk and chilly night in Pee Wee Valley, Kentucky. But for Dottie, things were about to get real hot.
Hi, I'm Dottie, and this is my video. Oh boy, time to go. I had just moved out here after a nasty breakup with a guy in California.
Wait, what?
I was walking home that night because the bartender took my keys. What? Damn keys. He always does that when he thinks I'm too drunk. And I always call him nasty names every time he does it. Sexy jerk. Looking back, I was too drunk to walk, so it was probably a good idea. Sorry, Levi.
Just doing my job.
I hope he still wants to go out on Thursday night. I really like the pictures he sent me. I was stumbling through the park 'cause I took a shortcut. I gotta pee. I saw this weird green light up ahead. Damn keys. At first, I thought it was one of those little glow sticks, the ones that ravers play with when they can't sleep. But when I got closer, I heard it making noises. I figured it was a raccoon playing with it. So I got my phone out and started filming. I mean, come on, a raccoon playing with a glow stick? That's like YouTube gold right there. But when I walked up on it, it was not a raccoon. Time to go. At the time, I wasn't really scared. I just wanted to give them their privacy. I've seen a lot of people doing it. Some of them don't like it when you watch them film it.
This could be some sort of alien mating ceremony. There are many theories that aliens have to mate this way because their alien mating parts are on their foreheads. Very interesting fact.
I wish that woman had stuck around a little bit longer, you know?
Time to go.
I want to see what happens next.
This clip reminds me of other videos I've seen, but those videos weren't aliens.
Maybe they're checking each other for ticks.
If they're doing what I think they're doing, it's really beautiful. To see those aliens expressing their feelings, you know?
From the sounds that you hear in this video, both of those aliens appear to be very happy.
I once saw my grandparents in a position just like this one. They told me they were looking for the remote. Maybe that's what those aliens are doing.
Maybe they flew to Earth to hide their love from the other aliens on their planet.
Maybe it's the kind of love that the other aliens just don't understand.
Maybe they had an emergency, and one of them is performing some sort of alien CPR.
When I see this clip, I'm not surprised at all to find out that aliens like that too.
People have long believed that aliens' brains are in their heads, just like humans. But this video raises the question, could aliens' brains actually be in their pelvic region?
I guess if I had a way to travel throughout the galaxy to another part of the universe with a friend, I'd probably find myself doing the same thing.
Maybe this is how they communicate, and they're telling each other a secret.
Maybe when aliens finally make contact here on Earth, it's gonna be a lot more fun than we thought.
I was so drunk, I would have joined in, no problem.
Dottie's drunken cell phone video gives us a glance, but there's no telling what we can expect in the future when the aliens finally come. Remember, always keep an eye out for what's not really there, because what you can't see might be right in front of you.
Oh boy. Time to go. Oh boy. Come on, Dottie. You can do this. Took my damn keys. I gotta pee. Oh shit, I dropped my phone. Where is it? I just wish I had my keys. I'll tell you what, when I go back tomorrow to get my van, I'm not walking through this park. Why is it so dark? Where am I?
There are many things in life that people don't know. Things that can't be known. Luckily, I know them.